My name is Cathal Pendred and I'm going to be the UFC champion.
Come with me now. Come with me now.
Come with me now. I'm gonna take you down.
I began training MMA when I was 19. I had been playing rugby in high school up until that point. I'd done some martial arts when I was younger, before high school, but I stopped in high school to play rugby. And when I left, that's when I took up MMA, and I started when I was living in San Diego for 6 months when I was 19. Yeah, I'd be seen as quite a big welterweight. I would usually begin my camp at around 90 kilos, and I bring down my weight gradually just by diet to about 85 kilos then when I'm really in tip-top shape, and then the last couple of weeks out from the fight it's just a scientific method basically of getting my weight down, which it's gotten easier every time I do it.
Cathal signing a 4-fight contract with the UFC is fantastic. It's pretty incredible what he's done in such a short time in martial arts. Like some of the other guys might have come from karate or boxing, like many years training. Cathal was literally a short number of years training martial arts at all. He came from rugby, and a lot of the skills he was learning, he was kind of learning on the job. Like he was already fighting while he was still quite raw in a lot of areas, but the effort the guy puts in, the dedication, he lives on the mat, and one fight to the next he's going up leaps and bounds.
Yeah, I took part in The Ultimate Fighter. I was there for 6 weeks. It was definitely the hardest 6 weeks of my life. You're taken away from all your comforts and all the people that are usually around you. So not just friends and family, but the coaches and training partners you usually with aren't there with you either. So yeah, it's very difficult, and you're in an environment where you're living with the people you're competing against, fighting against, which is very strange. But I think the biggest and most difficult factor of the whole experience was just that there's nothing to do. You're only left with your thoughts all the time, because you're not allowed to read books, you're not allowed to watch TV, you're not allowed to listen to music. So you're just locked in a house with absolutely nothing to do the whole day, and time goes very slow, and you have nothing else to think about but your fights.
Yeah, Mike King is an interesting opponent. Not a lot of guys move the way he does. It's kind of a karate type style. I know he trains with some guys in the States that have that kind of stance. It messes up a lot of people with that rhythm. However, Cathal trains a lot with Gunnar, who does it similarly, but I think Gunnar does it a lot better. So the fact Cathal has been in there with him and Conor and sparring and is sort of used to that rhythm, I do think Cathal is going to have the advantage in the grappling. And I can see him pressing him to the fence and doing what Cathal does, taking him down, punishing him from the guard, hopefully passing and getting the submission.
I knew Mike during the show for the 6 weeks. I lived with him, I was friends with him, and I stayed in touch with him afterwards. But as soon as I found out I was fighting him, I just lost all contact with him, and to me he's not a person anymore. He's just a person that will be standing across the octagon from me on July 19th. So it doesn't really matter that I was friends with him or I lived with him for 6 weeks. At this point in time, he's just an opponent that I have coming up, and that's the same as every other fight.
I believe this has come at the right time now. He pretty much cleared out the Europeans in Cage Warriors in the welterweight division. He's been in against UFC level standard guys before, Shea Mills and the like. He's trained with a lot of these guys in the States when he's been over there, so he belongs, and he's going to show that on the night.
Go with me now.